I think you mentioned something about how you're sometimes embarrassed to go out with
My
your
husband?
husband, and I'm thinking, why would he seems like such a funny guy? Why?
He
and seems like a great guy.
I got to be honest, Conan. There are a lot of social faux pas.
For 20 years, Sacha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher have filled each other's lives with an abundance of happiness. The couple has been incredibly private, if not secretive, about their blissful romance. So we obviously had to do some digging to find out everything that we could about these two lovebirds who are proving that not all Hollywood marriages are doomed to fail. From life-threatening pranks to a set visit that resulted in a police car chase, their relationship isn't anything like you'd expect. Don't forget to subscribe to Rumour Juice, where we have everything you need to know about your favorite Hollywood celebs. As soon as Sacha lay eyes on her, he knew that she was the love of his life. However, he wasn't so sure that Isla felt the same way. In fact, he thinks that it's taken their 20 years together for her to figure out that he's her one and only. Thinking back to the moment they first met at the very pretentious party 2 decades ago, the comedian admitted that he knew immediately that the actress was the one for him. She was hilarious. We were at a very pretentious party, and me and her bonded over taking the mick out of the other people in the party. I knew instantly. I don't know if she did, Sacha shared. One of the best parts of Cohen and Fisher's relationship, from an outsider's perspective, is the importance they place on privacy. We just don't know all that much about them as a couple, apart from the fact that they're parents who currently live in Sydney. Naturally, as the busy actors that they are, they both struggle with many of the same scheduling issues that any busy working couple with kids do. And yet, here they are, 20 years later, and still going strong.
Yeah, no, it's been a wild ride. I think the time just whizzes by when you're with the right person.
Sacha is very much aware that considering their line of work in Hollywood, the length of their marriage breaks numerous Hollywood records. It seems bizarre that we're still married in Hollywood after so many years, the comedian admitted. However, there is an aspect of their relationship that most couples don't have to deal with, and it's the risks that Sacha takes for his comedy. Everyone knows the Borat films, the unique way that the comedian journeys across the United States to confront those with unethical views in hopes of getting more people to see straight.
That was an interesting decision. That was, if you see, the nipples are covered.
Yeah, it's
So
very discreet.
it's kid-friendly.
Isla admitted that being with Cohen can be challenging at times too. When she watched Bruno with her mother, things got weird, she said in an interview. She also admitted that she even gets embarrassed sometimes after her husband's antics get a little out of hand.
I just was staring at the screen and I could feel my mum's eyes turn to me at one point, sort of boring into me, like, really? This is it?
She also explained that her husband was the one who encouraged her to shift her career after she wasn't getting roles in dramatic films. Sacha was the reason I got into comedy. I was actually auditioning for a lot of dramatic roles and having no success at all. I was losing confidence in my abilities when he recommended that I do comedy, Fisher shared. Fisher admitted that she hasn't kept up with her husband's provocative ways on the Borat set, saying, "I find out what's happened afterward, and that's how I can sleep at night. Otherwise, I'd be too worried." And we don't blame her either. Sacha very often puts himself in sometimes life-threatening situations to get his jokes, which almost always shine the light on the dark side of society. So, Isla chooses not to know about it. Otherwise, it would be too stressful for her.
Well, that was the problem with also doing the LG show and the movies, was that the kind of stakes became higher. So in Bruno, I ended up being in situations where I wouldn't say my life was in threat, but I was in danger of being hospitalized.
The comedian once made what he described as a mistake when he invited her to join him on set while he filmed Bruno. On set means coming to the minivan, which carried me around when we were shooting Bruno, and there ended up being a police chase. I was in a separate car and the police were trying to find me. She found the whole thing so upsetting and she never came back on set again, Sacha confessed. Naturally, when Cohen was cast in the trial of the Chicago 7, Fisher must have been over the moon. For once, he was going to be in a regular movie, on a normal set that didn't involve her husband risking life and limb for his art. But of course that didn't last long. Sacha was back at it again when he worked on the Borat sequel. It's no wonder Isla looked so visibly delighted when it all worked out, with her darling husband winning a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a motion picture comedy for Borat's subsequent movie film. Most of all, thank you to my incredibly patient wife Isla, who has put up with all my madness. he said in his socially distanced Globe's acceptance speech, a beaming Fisher on the couch next to him. They've been together since before anyone thought it was a big deal. They met before either of them had their breakout roles in Hollywood. Before Sacha introduced the world to Ali G, the merrily clueless gangsta wannabe character, and they were engaged by the time the Scottish-Australian actress gave her breakout performance as the sweet and psycho Gloria in 2005's Wedding Crashers. Also during this time, Fisher was studying for a conversion to Judaism ahead of their very special wedding day. "I will definitely have a Jewish wedding just to be with Sacha. I would do anything, move into any religion, to be united in marriage with him," the actress shared. She and Cohen married in a traditional Jewish ceremony in Paris on March 15, 2010. And when we say their wedding was small, we mean seriously small. Like 6 people small. And it was reported that they reportedly received very little notice ahead of time in order to keep the affair as private as possible. For Fisher, the most important part of their ceremony was all about having their loved ones at the event. "It was very important to me to have a beautiful ritual celebrated with my family and friends. And when you're in the public eye, to keep that private and to make it happen without it really being visible is very difficult," she admitted to Allure in 2009. However, before they were married, the couple welcomed their first daughter, Olivia, in 2007, and after several months after saying their I do's, they welcomed their second daughter, Ilula, in 2011, and welcomed their son, Montgomery, into the family 2 years later. With their family growing, both actors made sure to prioritize their privacy. They understood how overwhelming the paparazzi could be, and they didn't want any swarming photographers around their children. Understandably so. Motherhood is my favorite topic, but I never talk about it publicly. As much as I love what I'm doing, and I am so fortunate to have the opportunities that I have had, my responsibility is to my family. Fisher confessed about adjusting to life as a parent. As Fisher and Cohen's marriage blossomed with the addition of their 2 daughters, the actress admitted that it was indeed hard work to stay together year after year. Having children changed things in their relationship, and they had to find a way to adjust to the new members of their family. Choosing to be together every day is incredibly romantic. I love marriage. Life is filled with highs and lows, and you have a best friend to share it with you. It's amazing. It's like winning the lottery, having a good partner. Isla confessed.
Obviously, there are serious moments. It's like, running, having little tiny people and trying to manage schedules and, but overall, yeah, I think comedy gets us through, particularly a time like now.
Even though the duo had their individual hectic work schedules, Fisher explained that they would always choose family before anything else. She admitted that her family is 100% of her priority, and since becoming a mother, she's become more comfortable doing supporting roles in films. Aside from their daily roles as mom and dad, they took the time to star alongside one another in the 2016 action comedy, The Brothers Grimsby, in which Cohen plays a dim soccer hooligan. Naturally, he went to the premiere in character, and Fisher had the role of an MI6 agent.
Do you enjoy working together? You must do, because you work together a lot.
I have never worked. No, this is the first time we've worked together. He's such a perfectionist. I mean, he'll do everything and anything to get the best joke possible into the movies. So it was definitely inspirational. He's so funny on set.
When the actress was asked who her favorite ever co-star was, she happily shared that it was Cohen. "I have to pick my husband. I would not want to not pick him. He's my favorite, obviously. We just had a really fun time. We shared a trailer, and it was just hilarious," she explained. She had always respected him and his work, but getting the opportunity to star alongside him in a film and see him improvise and make everyone laugh uncontrollably made things more real for her. She got to see him in his element, and she couldn't have been more inspired by his talent. And though Cohen's known for being audacious in his work, he's also perfectly content going unnoticed when he's just himself.
I can really see the great benefit of being famous, but I think so. I got away with not being famous for many years. I think that fame thing is a tricky thing. I mean, I still struggle with it.
I remember once in Hollywood, I was trying to avoid being photographed by paparazzi. I think I put something in front of my face when exiting a restaurant, and this photographer shouted, "You're only a B-lister." And I said to Isla, "Oh my God, we're B-listers. We made it. We're B-listers." Sacha jokes. The paparazzi might think they're only B-listers, but to us, they'll always be an A-list couple. We know Hollywood has its reputation of short marriages, but Sacha and Isla are clearly the exceptions. Whether it's their strict rules on privacy or the fact that they fell in love before they made it big in Hollywood, whatever it may be, they're proving to everyone that romance in the celebrity world hasn't died, and we're here for it.